Hello again, golfers, and welcome to the 26th episode of Inside the Ropes, a deeply personal journey with Scottie Walnuts, a PGA Tour 2K25 course showcase series. I'm your host, Scottie Walnuts, and today we're checking out a new course called Tillamook Head by the designer TrailDucker. Just a reminder that we film these episodes live on Twitch every Tuesday night beginning at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you're very welcome to join us on Tuesday nights, and the link for that is below in the description. So this is our first TrailDucker course of the series, and this course in some sense feels like the opposite of the course we just showcased back in episode 25, which was gentle and pastoral. Not this one. This one takes you right up and out onto the cliff sides, right along the water, and there's lots of ups and downs and abrupt, natural sloping matching the surrounding terrain. It's the kind of course where you don't want to take a single misstep, or you might find yourself contacting the Coast Guard for assistance, and you certainly wouldn't want to get stuck in this unforgiving terrain during a storm. Let's take a look at the designer description for this one. It says, based on the Oregon coast, Tillamook Head takes the golfer on a journey through different environments from the seaside cliffs through the sandy dunes and into the forest. For scheduling, all wind directions work, but the prevailing winds are southeast and northwest. Default green speed is between fast and very fast. So that's the designer description, and it situates itself in Oregon. And an interesting side note about this golf course is that it actually has what we'll describe as a Siamese twin in the form of Tillamook Head Match Play, which uses 10 of the holes from the regular Tillamook course that we're showcasing here, but then has a separate 8 holes that lend itself well to match play with more risk reward. So it's neat how the designer weaves that all together, and it's yet another example of the ingenuity we see out here and the attention to detail and to their craft that the designers have. There's just 2 sets of tees. There's a shorter white tee at 7,132 yards, and then there's the tips, the blue tee, where we'll play from, clocking in at 7,403 yards, par 72. Just a reminder, we're on TGC Tour's Platinum Tour settings for our rounds, which is Legend Swing difficulty, and we use a default ball, so we'll get a sense of how the course plays on the difficulty played by the best players in the world. And if you enjoy the showcase, remember to smash that like and subscribe button, and leave a comment to let me know what you think of the course and the round. So, we're all set up. Tillamook Head, tips, pin 3, medium wind to the northwest. All defaults are firm, very firm, and then fast. We'll see what that number is when we're out there. Okay, so opening up with a par 5 here. Big rolling landscape you can see. Get a lay of the land from up here on the first tee, and we've got some water. We got, we can tell where we are. I mean, like in relation to the water up on the cliffs here. Sort of bit hazy. Yeah, go for it, Brad. Bit hazy. There's some blue sky. There's some sun rays. There's also some gray cloud, and yeah, so big natural areas separating the holes and some sand and whatnot. So 571 yard opening hole, par 5. Let's go do this thing. Interesting little spot I think it's going to be here. Not realizing I think I have lie grid on it. I don't generally for these difficulty. Lie grid off, and we usually put wind display on meter only, so there. Get a better read of what it would play like on a Pro Tour round. Caddy's given us 3-wood, so it makes you think that 3-wood clears here, but you can see like the land just is towering right in front of you. Not a play, not a shot, not a situation where you would hit a fairway stinger. Are those very firm greens, so we want to try and sort of land it softly, if possible. If possible. Away from us a little bit. But it's par 5. Bounce around up there. See if we can make of this shot. We're going to make our birdie there on the opening hole, par 5. We're going to have a 150-yard par 3 here. Not a big green. You're going to want to really hit your shot here. You see a pin like this, you only have like 3 boxes, and 1.5 of those are red or thereabouts. Good smack there on the strike. Is it going to hit that red we were just looking at, or does it even get, yeah, see? Just sort of dies into that it's actually in the heavy. Just sort of absorbed by the sand and then into the heavy there. Eight feet for par. One just didn't want to come down for us. That's okay. So a birdie and a bogey to start our round. Birdie and a bogey to start our round. See, we're right on the cliffside here on some of these holes. Look at that. Right on the cliffside. 350-yard par 4. And I guess it gives you the option to play up here. I think this is intended to be part of this hole. So that's where the caddy sets you up. So, okay. It's downhill. In this case, we have a cross wind. Probably has more than enough distance and is also going to trail right off on the left-hand side here. That's what the defense is in some way still feels preferable coming up rather than if we had hit the shot that would have put you up in that fairway and then you're coming down to this pin with that red. Depends on what's happening, I think. So, maybe a good spot for a lob. That one didn't miss going in by very much. So we're up and down for the birdie on the par 4 on the short par 4. A birdie and a bogey and a birdie to start our round. Blind tee shot, which doesn't really matter when you can just zoom in like we can, but when you look at it from back here, blind tee shot, 405 yards. It's an uphill hole. Gotta get it up and over to get it to the fairway. And so lots of sort of ups and downs and land mass in your face and whatnot. 70 yards uphill on an upslope. On an upslope. And we're up and on there, 14 feet on the 176 greens for birdie on 4. Holds its line and drops for birdie. Par 3, fifth hole, long par 3. You can see sort of the bowl shaped green here, though, helps you out on most sides and most ways, but it's downhill. Okay. You know, with this particular pin, it's going to be tricky, really, to especially the pin and the wind and the way everything's moving this left to right, but we want to, yeah, so. Interesting to see if this comes back for us at all, or if we just hang up there. It's coming back. 21 feet. It's going to be a quick one. Here it comes. Just narrowly misses on the high side. And we'll make our first par of the round on 5. 464-yard par 4. And it's a dog leg left to right, and really asks you to shape this left to right, or at the very least keep it right up in this little flat spot up here. Otherwise, you could just tumble right off on the left. Let's see what happens here. Is that enough for us to hold on to the fairway? I'm not so sure that it is. No, not even close. Not even really close. So, but when it's only 120 in. Tricky spot there, though, for the pin. Preferable to miss on the left would still leave us a green grid putt. And that's right about where we've put it. If we can just hold on here, we might have a decent enough look at it. 27 feet. There's movement. Just overreading some of these just by a little bit. Par 6 there. 7th hole is a 477-yard par 4, and you can see the fairway runs out there, and left to right shape of the hole. So just nudges right at the end and drops. Secret handshake with the caddy there. 3 under 3-7. 396-yard par 4. Oh yeah. Can see the temptation here. You either play probably more or less as would be intended out here to this fairway. You've got this whole bad land in between here, and the designer even juts out that fairway just to, it's like it's reaching out for your ball. It wants you to do it. And we're gonna definitely have a crack at it. Absolutely we are. It's not our worst effort in the world. Catch a fairway on the first bounce, maybe? Yeah. Not technically on, but we're right up there. And we'll call that mission accomplished. Chip up. Little meat on the birdie bone. Little meat on the birdie bone, especially with a little bit of movement. Little meat on the birdie bone. Problem though, birdie on 8. Okay, so 9th hole here, 586-yard par 5. Give ourselves some more room, use the whole tee box. Try and sort of get around that corner up to this next level as much as we can. And see what we can do here. Want this to really climb here for us. It's not quite staying up. It's gonna end up in natural area. So that makes this a 3-shotter for us. Any club that would actually have a chance of getting there would not actually clear the land in front of us. Get us back out on the fairway there. Give us a wedge in. 88. And we can see over here, little area as you make the turn, little snack hut Couple benches. Washrooms, probably. Modern architecture. Let's call it modern architecture. Little patio area there, little paved patio area. 88 yards. 88. The 17 feet for birdie. Just 17 feet for birdie. We make the turn, and we will see you right back at the turn or on the 10th, I mean, in just a moment. Making the turn here, 422 yard par 4. Fairway runs out, probably cannot hit a driver here. Leaves us 138 in over the abyss, coming over the abyss, the Badland. 138 yard pitching wedge shot. Club face just open at impact on that one. .434 yard par for 11th hole. Big mounds in the middle of the fairway here, almost sort of makes you pick a side. Just leaving our club face open the last few shots here. That's not going to get us in any trouble, though, that one. Should be a decent enough look in. Again, doesn't matter when you can zoom in, but you notice, like, if you wouldn't be able to see the pin. Just a sign of extremity of the land movement. It's like you got 107 yards, and you're going, like, from the fairway, and you're going over this big hole. But the course is just, it's a bumpy course. And it just lives right into that. .21 feet. Two-putt par. 6 birdies and a bogey. We are 5 under through 11. Coming to the 404 yard. Nice bridge across the water there. That's probably, I guess, after we tee up on the next hole, presumably. Really introducing the water in a nice way there. 404 yards. Again, I think we're going to want to utilize as much of this tee box as we can. Dog leg left to right. And the more you can sort of cut this corner off, the better of an approach you'll have, or the shorter. .105 remaining. Beautiful background to this green and hole here. Seven feet for birdie on 12. Matt, I won't even try and pronounce that last name. We'll just call you Matt. Appreciate you coming in. And with the follow, welcome. And this time, so yeah, this is where we were just saying we're teeing off over the water here, and we can see right over here that bridge we were just looking at, but from the other way. That's the fairway we just came down, and then we come across the water here on the long, as we look at it, long par 5. 605 yards. Tee to green, not uphill, but it certainly feels uphill. Then maybe it goes back down. We're into the wind. It's going to be a long hole. Yeah, appreciate you coming in, Matt. $302 yards remaining. We knew it was going to be a long hole. This was no surprise. Did we dare try the fairway stinger and just roll it down? Does the fairway stinger even clear the land in front of it? We've encountered that issue before. I think this has fairway stinger written all over it. Dedicating this one to Beergen. No, just smoke the ground like 90 yards in front of. We can still get there in regulation though. We can still get home in regulation. Just hit our shot here from the natural area. Our birdie is still in play. Our 4 is still alive. Green and reg, 23 feet. Bit of an awkward one. It goes left at first. It moves right towards the pole. Let's use the word pole. I meant flag or pin, cup. Like I was right, pin and hole equals pole. That one does not find the hole or the pole. But we'll make our birdie. You know what? We took an unconventional swing. We had an unconventional result, and we made a par on a par 5. It's a long par 5. We're okay with it there. Beautiful backdrop to this one. Makes it look like you're right on the water. You're actually not once you zoom right in, but it gives that sort of illusion of you would just drop right off the back of the green. And again, sort of featuring that night. You can see the sun and the rays of the sun. You can see blue sky. You can see white cloud. You can see gray cloud. It's a bit ominous. There's also clear sky. Like it's got. It's like an. It's like a. It's like an art. It's like a painting to consider. 232 yards. Not sure this is a choked approach, but I wonder if we can just sort of like 98% this one or 97% this swing. Or we can just quad perfect it. This might be fine. This is fine. 8 feet. And we'll make the birdie on the tough and beautiful par 3 there. 7 through 14, heading to 15. Quite the green site there, if that's our 15th green. Let's take a look here. 348 yards. Not the longest par 4 out there, but you can see how our approach will be very steep unless we just go right at it. I mean, downhill tee to green, even though the approach would be steeply uphill if we go down there. But 348, a little bit of a headwind that, in a healthy dose, that might not be a bad thing. Slow the ball down a little bit as it comes in for a landing, and let's see what we can do here. This is going to be interesting. Curious to see what happens here. Well, that did not miss by much, and we only have 8 feet. And that is an eagle 2. That did not miss the pin by a whole lot. Well, that's the play there. If you can do it, sort of first bounce it in the heavy just to hang it up a little bit and let the ground do the rest of the work after that. 154-yard par 3, right on the edge of the cliff this time. This is no illusion. You really are right on the edge of the cliff here. I want to get stuck in a storm out here or something. You are right out there on the cliff's edge. You are right out there. Even the bunker has a retaining wall and stairs. That's how steep it is. Out on the water here. 154 yards downhill into the wind. Calculated pull open just to sort of offset each other a little bit. Settle in there. 12 feet. We'll drop on the par 3, playing the par 3s while here on the back. 334-yard par 4. Okay. Distance-wise, not a problem. but it's just not deep enough in terms of being able to land the ball and stop it and all that. So I'm not sure in this case that we had to go. Just believe ourselves. Some sort of wedge in. $64. 64 yards. Give it a shot. 56-degree spinner. 56-degree spinner. On back. 11 feet. That one just, it grazed the cup. Grazed the pole. Curious to check out what we have down the left-hand side here. So it's a 518-yard par 5, maybe an opportunity on the final hole. And we'll be able to take a closer look. I'm thinking, do we have, I can't even tell from here, grills or hot tubs, something with some sort of smoke or steam coming off of it. We'll take a closer look when we're out there. Dog leg left to right. And we might have found ourselves right in these bushes here. Unless we can bounce our way out. Get out of there. Okay. Actually, that's a fairway finder. 217 yards. What do we have over here? Yeah, we have like just like some sort of like fire is going here. Keep you warm. Keep you warm. Grab a bite to eat at the restaurants. Patio, got the glass entrance to the clubhouse there. Modern architecture. Modern architecture. With a rooster thing up there. Weather vane, is that what they call it? Can't remember. 217 and on the par 5 18th. $19 feet. The eagle putt on its way, and it drops. Eagle on 18. What a way to finish a round. What a way to finish a round. What a way. Look at the scorecard there. We bogeyed 2. That was our only blemish. We eagled on 15 and 18, so strong finish there. 5 under on the front, 7 under on the back, including 6 under over the last 5 after we parred that par 5 13th hole, and so the 5 and the 7, that's a 12 under 60. Watching another edition of Inside the Ropes, a deeply personal journey with Scottie Walnuts. If you enjoyed the show, remember to hit the like and subscribe button and leave a comment to let me know what you thought about the round. Remember, we're live most evenings on Twitch with golf and sometimes other sport and story games, and we film these episodes in front of a live studio audience on Twitch every Tuesday night. Link in the description. TM high and let 'em fly.